So coming on to your back with all of your goodies, and that can just look like a few blankets or pillows or even like big towels are really good. I have my little candle lit over here today that I'm gonna try not to knock over. It's right now the full moon is exact. It was exact at 11:16 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, and so we're still very close to that. And in the yoga tradition, the full moon days were very auspicious. A lot of the holy days in the Hindu tradition and the tantric tradition and the Eastern traditions were built around specific full moon days. Here on the American soil, this moon was associated with the wolf. So the full moons also on this side of the world were connected to different energies and qualities depending on the season. So I always really love to do a conscious practice on the full moon, but in the yogic tradition, they often recommend doing a more yin, a more restorative practice because the energy is so strong on the full moon. So we want to kind of receive it without kind of getting caught up in the heightened quality. So allowing yourself to come onto the earth is a great way to settle. And anyway, so I think the reason I mentioned the candle is it's a fire full moon too. So I lit my little candle here and I'm trying not to knock it over. But let yourself lay on your back. You can hug your knees into your chest. And at any point you are welcome to bring in movement or anything that feels good. And just give yourself a hug. Just honor yourself for making it halfway through the lunar month, almost through our calendar month. It's almost February already, pretty crazy. And then place your feet down. If you want, you can put a pillow on either side of your mat, just so there's a little bit of support. And we're just gonna take a little bit of a windshield wiper. So let your arms stretch out to the sides, take your feet as wide as the mat. You can knock your knees together and then just allow the legs to kind of roll side to side. And let them roll side to side until you feel like being still. And that might be the first time. That might be as soon as the right thigh hits the earth or the blanket, you stay here. When you hold this pose, you want to have the feet nice and wide. And you can even rest your, so my legs are over to the right, so my right foot is on the left thigh. And I have a blanket under my right thigh. So I'm really drawing down through my shoulders. There's some nice weight through my legs. This is a great twist for the low spine. And just take a few breaths. But again, if you're still kind of coming off your day, if you're feeling that heightened energy, you can kind of keep flowing in and out of these poses, or you're welcome to make them more restorative, more still. Again, using blankets, towels, anything just to add that extra support. So front body is open. We're going to try to kind of keep front body open so that we are opening up towards the full moon. That fire full moon, the wolf full moon, the lion full moon. You can always roll your head out, just find a comfortable position for your head and let go. So we want to have as much effortlessness as we can in the class today. Just the restorative meditation practice asks us to just try to release effort. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do. Again, movement is fine if there's some excess energy that needs to kind of be cleared out. But as often as you can, find stillness, relax, release. Take a few more breaths, either in this first side of the twist, or again, if you're still flowing. Letting your body weigh down into the earth. Soften your shoulders and your face. And then if you have settled to one side, go ahead and draw the knees back up to center. Let the feet be wide, let the knees knock together. Maybe stretch your arms up overhead for a moment, lengthen through your torso, and then open the arms out wide or into goalposts, and you can just let the knees roll to the other side. Again, you can keep the movement, but I'm letting my legs drop to the left, so my left thigh is resting on a blanket. My right foot is reaching towards the edge of the mat, so my left foot can rest on my right thigh. So I'm weighting down towards the left. I might kind of roll my head a little bit to find a comfortable position. And then we're just going to breathe here. Take several breaths. If at any point you want to keep kind of rolling the knees side to side, or you just want to hold them through center, the knees knocking. Or just breathing into this side of our reclining twist, our supine twist. Opening up our low back, helping us to feel more grounded, more clarified. Any support that you want. I really like having a blanket or pillow underneath the thigh. Just makes it more luxurious somehow, more decadent, adding in that little bit of support. There are some places where we can't always get the support when we need it or want it, but the yoga practice ideally is not one of those places. Ideally in the yoga practice, we can get whatever support we need to make the pose just feel as safe as it can for our body. And even if we're having emotions or sensations, we still want the pose to feel safe. We can breathe here, we can open, we can let go. What do you want to let go of today under this full moon? The fire element is both burning away, right? Burning out toxins, burning away what doesn't belong. And it's also about activating, initiating, particularly qualities of power and passion and action. But first, right, we want to burn away the old so that we can sort of initiate the new. Take another big breath wherever you are. And then open mouth, exhale. Let the knees roll back up to center. And then stretch your legs out long. So bring the legs together and then stretch them out long together. Reach your arms up overhead. And again, find that big stretch through your body. So lengthen, inhale, open mouth, exhale. And then we're going to keep the heels together, but scooch them all the way to the right corner of the mat. And then take your right hand and hold the left wrist and pull your torso up and over to the right corner. So we're doing banana pose. You can always grab the blanket and pull that under your left shoulder. Roll your shoulders down. So your body would look, if someone was standing over you, you'd look like a banana with your heels and your wrists to the right corners of the mat. And then the torso is still kind of centered. And then if you want a little more, cross the left ankle over the right. And then relax your shoulders, draw the belly in, find a comfortable position for your head and neck. And if that left shoulder is lifting a lot, like I said, it can be really nice to put a blanket or a pillow under it. So we did our twist, and now we're doing our side body opener. Just helping the body to, again, rinse out, kind of burn out what we don't need, and then opening up to receive all that full moon light. This is the first full moon of 2021. So that's always kind of potent. It sort of sets the stage for the full moons of the year. And so for this moon, even just, sitting out in front of it or lighting a candle can just bring that in. And obviously we're doing a practice for it today too. So that's nice. And just take a few more breaths. Try to relax as much as you can into the back body, into the side body. Let your eyes start to settle, your mouth start to settle. Relax the shoulders and the face. Inhale, fill the belly up. Exhale, release. And we'll just start to move to the other side. So take your time. You can hug the knees in. You can rock a little bit if you need to. And I kind of like to take a moment of bringing my knees in And then I'll do that full body stretch again. So getting as much length as I can, heels together, reaching up. And then as I exhale, I'll scooch my heels to the left, left hand to right wrist, pull up and over. And again, maybe patting underneath the right shoulder or stacking right ankle over left. So second side of our banana pose. Heart open and opening the body towards the sky. Trying to relax, allowing the restorative quality of breath and again, as much sort of effortlessness as we can summon in the body. And these poses, you know, they do have a little bit of sensation with them. We are opening, we are twisting, we are, you know, exploring functional postures, but bringing as much softness, as much breath. Take another breath in. And then side out. Slowly release that banana shape. Draw yourself back into center. Now, if you have a block or like a firm pillow, or even again, a blanket is fine. We just want to kind of fold it into, I'll just sit up to kind of show it, into like a more firm square, right? So a blanket kind of folded, you know, multiple times to almost as small as it can be. That's kind of similar to the yoga block, right? Like it's a little bit thicker, but it's softer. So have a block or a blanket folded. And then we'll hug the right knee into the chest and place the left foot on your blanket or on your block. And just gently roll that knee in towards the chest. You can even extend the leg if you want to feel into the hamstring a little bit. We'll take a few breaths here with the right knee in or extended, opening up the calf, the leg. You can, you know, keep it soft, just kneaded chest, some gentle rocking. Feel the left foot pressing into your blanket or into your block. And then when you're ready, we're gonna cross the right ankle over the left thigh. So it's gonna look like the figure 4. So the right knee is open, and then you might just stay here and kind of push your left foot into the block or into the bolster as you open the right thigh. So this is gonna make this more supportive, just really pushing that left foot, the left big toe ball mount, and then opening that right knee. Now, if you want a little more, you can hug the left knee, and this is our glute hip stretch. So you can hug in here, but if that's too much for your arms, just keep the left foot pushing into the block or into the blanket and guide that right thigh open. So try to lengthen your tailbone down, draw your shoulders down, and just take a few breaths. Just getting a little bit more release through low back, through hip, maybe through the muscles of the leg, depending on the variation that you wanted to breathe into. Relax the back of the head. You can even kind of put a little pillow under your back of your head already if you want, just to support the neck a little bit. Roll your shoulders down. Deepen your breath. Deep breath in. If you're holding the left foot, go ahead and place it back on your prop. And then slowly hug the right knee in. And you can kind of kick that prop over to the right side. so that as you release the right foot, you release the right foot onto the block or onto the blanket, and then hug the left knee in. And you can simply just draw that left knee into the chest and breathe here. You can add a little rock, or you might play with extension. If that's too much for today, then just keep the knee in. Otherwise, feeling into the leg, into the ankle, those big muscles. And then on the next breath or two, when you're ready, we'll cross left ankle over right thigh, so that figure 4. And again, just guide the left thigh open, maybe push that right foot, the big toe ball mound, into the block, into the blanket. Breathe here, or you might hug the right knee in. My left side is definitely my tighter side, so I kind of like to just push that right foot into the blanket and open up the left thigh. So we're not trying to go for our craziest, stretchiest pose today. It's really about that the restorative quality of being close to the earth, using support, slowing down, and just kind of opening the body up to prepare us for our meditation journey, for our relaxation experience. Because sometimes if our body's tight and tense, if we've been sitting most of the day, it can be really hard to go right into relaxation. Even if we're super tired, and the full moon can affect our sleep. So if your sleep, your dreams were off last night, you're in good company. It's a common trait of the full moon, especially fire, very activating. And so we might feel tired, then we go to lay down, and then we feel the body. So just kind of opening up these areas that feel tight or tender so that we can hopefully really receive the benefits of our meditation. Let's take the last couple breaths here. And then if that right knee is up, place it back down. And then we'll slowly draw the left knee in. And then we'll place the feet down. So move the feet off the prop, move the prop kind of towards the middle. We're going to just take a few minutes in a supported bridge before we release. So you can use that same block or blanket, but with the feet planted hip width distance apart, you would lift your hips and slide the pillow or a blanket or the block right underneath your sacrum and tailbone. And then you can let the knees knock together like we did in the beginning. You can stretch your legs out long. Those of you, again, who might have a little more energy, you could bring the knees into the chest or stretch the legs straight up. This is our supported heart opener. So for the upper body, and then also we're getting a mild inversion. Great for the nervous system. And I want you to do a little bit of breath work here to kind of prepare us for our meditation. So we're just going to do our 4-count breath, which is one of the common breaths we work with. So as you breathe in and out through the nose. Really fill your belly up. And then try to see if you can bring in a count. So inhaling for a count of 4. Exhaling for a count of 4. And as you inhale, can you breathe up the body and then exhale down? Inhaling 4, exhaling 4. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw, soften your face. Just focus on the breath. Inhaling 4. Exhaling 4. Now, if you want to connect a little bit more to that full moon, we'll add a little pause at the top. So you'd inhale 4, and you can just pause. You could count to 2, or you could try to count all the way to 4. And then you'd exhale 4. So inhale 4, pause, notice what that's like, and then exhale 4. So that retention at the top connects us to the full moon, which is like the top of the inhale. And so when we hold it, we can kind of harness it. But if that holding creates tension or anxiety, then don't do it, and just stay with that 4 count and maybe just a little tiny pause at the top. And if you are able to access that top, maybe imagine at the top that you are sort of viewing, holding that full moon in your mind's eye or in your heart or in your belly. We'll just do this for another minute. Let your face relax, let the whole body relax. Just breathe. Go ahead and finish out one more breath. And then let go of the count. Just let yourself relax. Place your feet back on the earth. And then as slowly as you can, we'll lift the hips, slide the prop out. And you might choose to roll to fetal pose for a moment. You could roll to the left side, which is our lunar side, and just kind of gather yourself here. And so as we transition into our meditation, my suggestion is that you set up in a place where you can be as comfortable as possible for about 30 minutes, right? Just about. So a lot of times we lie in relaxation. So we lie on the back with a pillow under the knees, under the head, and then maybe cover the body or cover the eyes. I highly recommend covering the eyes, even with just like a sleeve. If you have, more props and support, you can lay over the pillows. You can really take any position that is comfortable for you, that you feel safe in, that you can relax in. Ideally, it's not a pose that you're going to fall asleep in, but it is not that uncommon to fall asleep in this process. So if that does happen, that's okay. So allow yourself to take the next moment to set up. And again, maybe you want to light a candle if that's available to you, or something that you like to do. Again, no requirement and what I want to sit on. And just get yourself comfortable. And so I really do like when we have this time and space to do a few poses and kind of gather in, do a little bit of breathing before the journey, before the meditation. Because otherwise the mind can be going, but hopefully now we feel relaxed. I just put my candle out on accident. I went to move it. And just gather yourself as comfortable as you can. So really take a moment, cover your eyes, cover your feet. How can you be more cozy, more relaxed? Feel the back body on the earth, hopefully the body feeling more spacious, open. And really just set the intention that you will be present for this experience. And even if the body falls asleep, there's that part of us that is always listening, always alert and awake. And so summon yourself here, set that intention to be present, because it really is not all the time that we get to be together right around the exact time of the full moon sharing these practices. And it really is powerful in my experience. And so really call yourself in, gather yourself in, let your body be taken care of, let all of your needs be taken care of, so you can completely restore. As the practice for the full moon begins now. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Fill all the way up to the crown of your head. Hold the breath. And then open mouth, expel all the breath all the way out, down to the tips of your toes. Let it go. And then again, take a deep, deep breath in. Fill all the way up to the crown of your head. And if you want, you can squeeze your belly, your pelvis, your arms, your legs, your face. Squeeze everything. Pull that up to the crown. And then open mouth, release, relax all the way back down into the earth, into the tips of the body. Last time, take a big, big breath. Draw that breath all the way to the crown. Then maybe hug the muscles, hug the body in and up as though you were moving everything up towards the crown of the head. Hold. And then open mouth. Let it go. Let go of the day. Let go of the week, the month, the first couple of weeks of this lunar cycle. Let everything go. Let go of everything that you are saying and doing and acting and thinking in the world, and call in being and feeling, receiving and releasing. Call your senses in. Let your eyes soften, your ears soften. Wiggle and relax your nose. Soften your jaw, your tongue. Swallow. Feel your skin receiving the air around you. And pull everything in. Nowhere to go, nothing to do, time to receive. And imagine as you are lying here nestled, that you are lying under this full moon. That full moon is shining above your head, just above the crown. And as you sink more deeply into the earth, you feel that full moon move down from your crown, down into the space of the eyebrows, down into your throat, into your heart, into your belly, into your hips, all the way down to your toes. And as we move through this practice, just allow yourself to receive this moonlight, these moonbeams, this moon nectar. And it feels warm and radiant. And there's nothing you need to do. You're just opening the channel to receive this energy. And as this moonlight, moon nectar moves from the crown down to the body, you completely surrender. And you are filled with a sense of gratitude, appreciation, love. And as you feel that emotion amplifying as it merges with these moonbeams, you settle your attention in your heart. You feel the moon's bright beams, and you feel the element of gratitude. As you connect to your heart space, we offer an intention for this full moon practice. And maybe there's already an intention that you're working with in your day, in your week, in your month. But these intentions are for ourselves. They begin with the pronoun I, and usually with just an I or an I am or I feel. And with this particular full moon, it may be something like, I am confident. I am clear. I am powerful. I am present. I am awake. I am joy. I am love. Or anything like this that you just feel radiating through your heart. And in the same way, you would offer a twig to a burning fire. offer this intention into the heart. And if there is language, you can repeat it up to 3 times from this place of gratitude. Again, as though you are offering twigs into a fire. You offer this intention with your whole heart. You watch how it lights up the flames. And we allow it to be transformed and manifested. And as you feel into your heart, it is this warmth that is the melding of moon beams and gratitude and fiery intention that we want to move through the body, creating a full moon web of warm nectar and flame. Focusing at your heart with this elevated attention. Imagine this energy, this warm, joyful, grateful, warm energy moving from your heart to your third eye, the space between your eyebrows. Moves from your heart to your third eye and back to your heart. And then again, it moves from your heart to your right temple. And then back to your heart. From your heart to your right facial cheek. And back to your heart. From your heart to the center of the right shoulder. Back to the heart. It moves down into the right ribs, the outside of the right ribs. And back to the heart. Down into your right thigh. Back into your heart. And down into the right ankle before moving back into your heart. And for a moment, you just feel the right side of your body. As you inhale, you feel this bright, warm nectar moving all the way through the right side of your body from your heart. And then flowing back to your heart to your third eye, your right temple, right facial cheek, right shoulder, outer right ribs, right thigh, right ankle, back to the heart. And from the heart, this warm web moves down to your left ankle and back to your heart, to the left thigh, back to your heart, to the left ribs, back to your heart, the left shoulder, back to the heart, the left facial cheek, back to the heart, the left temple, back to the heart. And from the heart, it moves straight up into the midbrain. So behind the eyebrow center at the height of the ears, the home of the pineal and pituitary gland, this warm beam moves from the heart to the midbrain and back to the heart. And you sense into the warm, buoyant energy through the whole left side of the body, from the heart to the left ankle, left thigh, left ribs, left shoulder, left facial cheek, left temple, the midbrain, back into your heart. And you feel the whole body filled with this web of warm moon fire. As it moves through your body from the heart to the third eye, right temple, right facial cheek, right shoulder, right ribs, right thigh, right ankle, left thigh, left ribs, left shoulder, left facial cheek, left temple, midbrain, back to the heart. Your whole body pulses with this warm web of moon nectar, fire moon nectar. And as you inhale, you feel that moon nectar moving all the way out through all the points in your body, up through your head, down your arms, down your legs, through your torso. And as you exhale, it all comes back to the fires of the heart. Inhale, the energy expands to the edges of the body, brightening and radiating out. And as you exhale, it hugs into the flames of the heart. And you allow yourself to settle into this pulsation. Inhale, an expansion of warm light through the whole body, your body whole and filled with warm light. And on the exhale, it draws all the way back through those currents, through the web, into the soft fires of your heart. You stay with this. Inhale, expanding out to the edges of your bright, warm body. And then exhale, hugging into the flames in the center of your heart. And again, this is effortless. This is the body moving, moonbeams, moon nectar, the inner fire through our channels, through our energy lines, through our meridians. This light moves through the body, amplifying confidence and health and radiance, and then drawing in to be transformed. Anything outdated, anything stagnant or excessive. And you allow this process, this reciprocity of light and heat through the body. Still feeling this effortless, gentle pulsation, knowing the body and the breath will continue to relax and to purify. You let that next exhale bring you into your heart, back into that elevated experience of light and gratitude, love and warmth. And we're going to allow the emotional and mental realms to join this full moon party. As you focus in your heart, I'm going to ask you to experience opposite emotions. And again, we're working with this fire and this amplification, so feel it as bright and potent as you can, so that anything outdated can be burned away and anything that serves can be sent through your circuitry. Feeling into your heart with gratitude and light, and call in the experience of heat. Heat. Feel the hot heat move through your heart, move through your body, amplifying even more heat through your heart, through your body. What is the experience of heat? Hot. And then feel a coolness move through your system, through this web of light. Feel a coolness, like the snow surrounding a bonfire. The full moon shining on the snow. There's this coldness in the midst of the heat, in the midst of the warmth. Feel into this cold, this cool. And then let the light, let the warmth melt the coldness. Let that move through the body, feeling the pleasant, warm energy at the heart. And then call in timid. What happens in your body when you feel timid or shy? There doesn't need to be a story or a judgment, but when you feel into your heart and there's a sense of timid or shy, what is that like? What is it like to have a sense of feeling timid, afraid to speak up, afraid to be seen, feeling shy about speaking up, raising your voice, raising your hand? Is that there? Is there a sense of shy or timid? And then let that be replaced with confident, compassionately confident, confident to speak up, to share your voice, to step into your power, but in a way that is compassionate and present. Call in confidence. How do you feel confident? What does confidence feel like? Confidence from your heart. And let that move through the channels. And feeling into the gratitude and the warmth of your heart. And then call in aggression. What happens when you feel aggressive, when there's an aggressiveness in your body, in your being? Where does aggression live? What happens when you invite aggression to rise? Feel it. And then release aggression with humor. What happens when aggression is transformed by the warm light of your heart into humor, into play? What happens when you transform aggression into humor and play? Letting playfulness and humor move through this fiery web, bringing you back to the heart, feeling the warm presence of the heart, the warm gratitude of your heart, letting all those experiences move through the body, allowing yourself to just feel into your heart. And as you feel more into your heart, we again see those flames. And maybe the flames of your heart come from a single candle. Maybe it's a fire in a fireplace. Maybe it's a bonfire out in nature. But you allow yourself to see and feel that fire with all of your awareness, as though you were sitting there right now. Bring all your attention to the intuitive, wise experience of sitting before the fire of your heart, sitting in the presence of this heart fire, however small or large. Notice this space, the smell of the fire, what it looks like. Is there a taste? Become fully present and embody this experience of sitting before the fire. And as you feel yourself unifying with this flame, you allow yourself to release into the flame anything you are ready to let go of. This can be outdated thoughts, emotions, relationships, actions, anything. Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, just knowing you are connected to this fire. You can let go, just imagine them releasing out again like spider webs into the fire and lighting up as they are transformed and the light builds. There's no right or wrong here. There's no one judging. This is just you sitting with the fire of your heart, consciously letting go. And as the fire builds, as you feel more open, more spacious, you gaze into that flame with more clarity and vision, and you begin to see shapes. You see an upside down red triangle, an upside down red triangle. A garden of multicolored flowers. A garden of multicolored flowers. A cat stretching in the sun. A cat stretching in the sun. The sound of children laughing. The sound of children laughing. The sunset. The sunset. A wolf howling under the full moon. A wolf howling under the full moon. The full moon. The full moon. And as you sit before this dancing, shape-shifting fire, you are aware that the full moon is indeed above the crown of your head. And you feel yourself held between these two powers, between the full moon and the fire of your heart. And you again receive that moon nectar as it moves down the crown of your head, down through your third eye, through your throat, your heart, your belly, your pelvis, all the way down your legs. You feel that full moon nectar blessing you and filling you with confidence. Confidence and passion, play, leadership, courage. And as you receive those full moon blessings, you continue to gaze into the fire. And as you gaze into the fire and you receive these full moon blessings, you begin to say the statement you offered in the beginning, your intention for this fire full moon. And maybe it's changed, maybe it's evolved. Again, starting with an I, and I am, I feel. And as you receive the full moon blessings and you gaze into the flame, you say this intention into the fire, and the fire receives every word, every feeling. And if there's anything else you want to speak into the fire, anything else you want to call in, knowing you are being witnessed and blessed by the full moon, anything you're calling in, anything you are grateful for, anything you are manifesting, you offer that to the fire, amplified and blessed by the full moon. Anything that needs to be said, any actions you are moving towards, any powers you are stepping into, with every word, with every breath, with every kiss of the full moon, you feel more in your power, empowered. You feel more clear, more confident, more loving. You speak anything that needs to be spoken. And when you feel complete, you allow yourself to again lie back into this space of the heart, knowing that fire continues to pulse before you and the full moon shining above you. And you receive the bliss of this fire full moon practice. You have burned away all that no longer serves. You have called in what is ready to be activated. And now you rest in the bliss, in the presence, the fierce, powerful presence of this first fire full moon of the new year. your feet, your legs and hips, your belly, your heart, your throat, your third eye, your crown. And the full moon draws again down the crown, the face, and the throat, and the chest and arms, and the belly and the pelvis, down your legs. And you just receive this sealing in, inhaling the fire, exhaling, drawing down the moon. You seal in the fire and the full moon, all merging and blending and integrating into your being, here to support you, here to bless you and guide you and remind you of your right to act, your right to be in your power, your confidence, your play, your joy. We seal in all the blessings as this full moon practice is now complete. So as always, the invitation is there to just rest if your day allows it. But otherwise, just feel your breath moving through your body. Deep belly breath. And as the breath deepens and sweetens, you can start to awaken the body. Little wiggles of fingers and toes, rotations of wrist and ankle. Maybe starting to relax your head right and left. You might feel the energy to stretch the body and start to kind of rock or roll, or maybe you just want to curl to that left side again and sit or rest in fetal pose. And then if you choose, you can bring yourself to sit. I'm going to sit for a moment in silence and presence. It's important with the full moon. We can be so emotional or energized. It's important to take a few moments of stillness, silence, presence, letting our practice integrate, knowing it will continue to unfold over these next few days as the moon phase completes. And so if you choose to sit, you can just sit and breathe. You can focus that space between the eyebrows. You can also bring in any movement or sound if that's part of your practice. And if it feels right for you, inhale, reach your arms up, stretching towards the full moon. Hold, hold, open mouth. Exhale, gather that all down into your heart. And I bow to you. Thank you so much for sharing the practice today. Happy full moon, and I hope to see you soon. Namaste. Feel free to give yourself a few minutes to come back.